Hi everyone, and welcome back to the dungeon. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. I certainly did. So I'm going to share what my wife got me. It's the Gaahleri Aventus Tailor Made Airbrush. Now, usually you get to pick your color. Since it was a gift, I didn't get to pick my color, but she nailed it. So, I've opened this already. So it's not a true unboxing, but take a look inside. We see that we have a very nice aluminum box. Gaahleri did not skimp on the packaging. Very elegant. Now we pull these thumb screws. And we see that box slides open. And inside we got a quick start guide. Which is just standard fare. In several languages. Dear customer, this is very similar to the card that came in the Mobius, bigger, but and the spray out. And we have the airbrush itself, which is an absolute work of art. It has a midnight blue handle with the crimson red body with Aventus engraved on it. And on the flip side is the custom engraving for the Airbrush Dungeon channel, as well as Tailor Made on the front part with the serial number that matches the plaque that's included. She opted not to get the 0.4 millimeter needle nozzle setup because in listening to me talk about it, I would say that I said that I would never use that needle because I'd be looking for this to be a detail brush. I have plenty of brushes that'll spray wide patterns. It includes a very nice moisture trap, but I have a filter on my compressor already, so I won't likely be using that. But always use more air chucks. This one has a MAC valve built into it, so that's handy. I have one like that here on the end of my hose. Now, this stays open if there's nothing plugged into it, and the valve is open. This one, I don't know if it shuts itself off when the air is flowing through it. So that might be the case. I'll check that out and see. But yeah, so that's a good thing to have. It comes with two different size color cups. Now I'll probably just be using the smaller one since I'll be doing detail with this brush. So So now, take it apart. Nice. The anodizing on these parts feels so smooth and elegant. It's like unbelievable. And there's no resistance, no play on this limiter screw. Nice and smooth. And pull the needle. Cupping screw. Now this has an adjustment for the string tension. Trigger just sits on the ball, it sits on the top of the valve. So, open this. Now, I gotta get some soft jaw pliers because I don't like to use tools, but this is not on the outside. There's a hex head inside, so that's right. Never use tools to put it together. Do everything hand tight. And there's our housing. The needle chucking guide. I saw a review, and Gaahleri has mentioned that there are some issues with some of these parts and that they would be addressed and they will make good or make whole is what the word they use. All the customers that have purchased this and it'll be right when it's all said and done. They give you a choice of either getting a full refund, replace the brush with the updated brush with all the parts addressed, or you can get a gift bag that has some accessories in it if you decide that you like the brush and you want to keep it. So now one of the things that I seen in a video somebody was complaining about was the quality of this rocker. That it was sharp and unpolished, and that was addressed because this is not that in any way, shape, or form. This is nicely polished. The inside of the cup, very polished. Of course, that's something Gaahleri is known for. Their brushes have always had a nice mirror finish inside the cup. So, and of course, it comes with a quick release valve already on. I'm not gonna, well, it's already loose, so I'll pull it out just to show you. The valve. And this should never take off unless you have an issue with it. And now we'll move to the front. We have a nice little rubber protection cap on there. The needle crown, I believe this pulls off. Or does it screw off? It pulls off. And here is the nozzle. So that's it. We got the needle packing screw in here. Nice Teflon seal for the cup. Inside you see there's a single air hole, and it's very clean. It's very nice inside. Now, let's put this thing together. So, we're going to start with the needle chucking guide. It slides in very easily, doesn't hang up on anything. We're going to need to put the spring on and then screw in the housing. Now we can pull it back, get it out of the way, and put the trigger in place. The trigger motion is very smooth, no binding or grinding. It's comfortable, rolls in your finger very nice. It has these ridges around the back as well as on the front, so that you have good grip no matter how you tend to ride your finger, you know, depending on your style. And make sure this housing's screwed all the way in. Everything hand tight, no tools. Let's put our needle chucking nut in place. Now this nut is tapered on the inside, on the end, to make it easier right here for your needle to go in without getting hung up, which is a pretty cool feature. Now the nozzle, we call this the vortex. Has like a helix design that causes the airflow to swirl around the nozzle and like hug the needle, producing a nice tight spray pattern. Now replace the air cap. Put it on hand tight. No tools, it's self-centering. And now the crown cap, which just pushes on. Okay, now the needle. When guiding the needle in, make sure you get close to the hole with your finger so that you can guide that in there perfectly. You don't want to poke the tip into anything. Be very gentle pushing it through. You notice we have a little window here. You can see it going into the packing screw to make sure everything's right and straight. When you feel it hit the end, don't push. Then just snug up the chucking nut. Now, put the handle back on. I can't say enough about how silky smooth this anodized finish feels. Fantastic. Okay, now we'll install the color cup. The cap. And that's it all together. Okay, let's move over to the easel and see how it sprays. Okay, so we're going to be using Createx Illustration Black mixed at 1:1 with 4021 reducer. We're starting out at 20 psi and the air feels really soft. Seems I have to pull back a little farther than I'd like, but it's consistent. With the 0.2, clearly a detail brush. It seems most comfortable working very small. Very fine line, but a little bit spotty. And I have these prongs riding right up against the paper. Now let's see what kind of gradient we can get off of this shield. Pretty soft. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some reducer. We're using 4021 Createx reducer. And we're gonna load it up. This is gonna be about 3 or 4 to 1. Shake it. I like to shake it. You can also do the back bubble to mix it up. We can get really fine here. Okay, now we're going to knock the pressure down to about 10 psi. Seems to be struggling just a little bit. But I'm going to try reducing even further. Now this way over reduced. This is mostly reducer. Try going as 15 psi. Okay, highly over reduce 15 psi seems to be about the sweet spot here. It really delivers paint right where you want it, when you want it. When the trigger hesitation that I had at 1:1 is completely gone. As soon as you start to move that trigger, you get paint. And this has all been with the needle cap on, so we're going to pull that off. Oh yeah. So yeah, we got a nice, small, tiny pattern. We have yeah, it gets down really nice. You can really get some detail with this brush.
And there you have the Gaahleri Aventus airbrush. In my opinion, not only is it an excellent brush, but I think they're giving some of the juggernauts like H&S a run for their money. Pay attention. I definitely recommend this brush to anybody that wants detail. And you don't have to buy the Tailor Made. You can get the standard edition for like about $1.60. So go on over to Gaahleri and check it out yourself. I'll leave a link in the description. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.